Got a Justin Bieber hair situation going on. God, it's so hot. I'm like sweating just by standing here. I've been jobbing in this late night supermarket in my city. It's the only supermarket to be open on a Saturday night. So you can imagine it's one of the busiest places in town. Now people always tell me that they feel sorry for the workers, and I was one of the workers there. Everyone was stressing so hard, man. I don't like being stressed, okay? I live my life in Zen mode. To let you understand the amount of busy, let me tell you the stories of one of my first work days. We are a pretty small supermarket, but we had a lot of products. So many that we have to use an elevator to go down to an own storage room. That's how much product we had. A colleague of mine asked me to go to the storage room with her because she needed an extra hand with all the products, which pretty much translated to, hey, let's go chit-chat and pretend to work. Sounded like a good plan, right? What could possibly go wrong? Except that, two employees just went down to the storage room at rush hour. As we came back holding those huge containers full of stock, we realized we fucked up. I have never seen this place so packed before. Not before this day and not after this day. Boy, the queue to the cash registers were so long, they went around the corner. Twice! We were lucky that we had a chill boss that day. He just said, yeah, you better go to your registers, it's hell here. And then he got eaten by the crowd of people. And then the colleague who went to the storage room with me also disappeared in the sea of people. Okay, to the register, I guess. When I passed one of my colleagues who was sitting on the cash register, she was like, hurry up and go to the register! I was like, okay, damn. And as I was passing the customers, there were like hundreds of death glares on me. I'm new here, please. Man, even the security guard, who I thought was my buddy, he was like, you need to go to the register. YOLO. That's fine, I'm fine. Why though? That's when I realized that I was still carrying the container. Yeah, I totally zoned out. I was so focused on getting to my cash register. I didn't realize I was still pulling the huge container behind me. And the store was way too small to just drop it off where I was standing, And I couldn't go back anymore. I was already halfway there. The place where I can drop off is right next to my cash register, so I just need to go there. Alright, I just gotta go over. Hey, go to your register. I've been waiting here for 15 minutes. I will come right up. I just need to put this container down there and... Oh, sure. Put the container down. I was standing in the way, so you can't put the container down anywhere. I need to put the container down somewhere to get to the register. You're not going through me. Please? I will go to the store manager and complain about this. Do you hear me? I will complain about this. Yo, I don't know what the hell. This grandma was like the devil, okay? She was blocking this huge ass container with her little old lady buddy. And then the customers from the line behind the grandma started yelling at me to hurry up, and I'm like, I can't, there's this grandma in front of me. But you know what? Fine, if you wanna do it this way, we gotta do it this way. I decided to slowly push the container forwards. So, Granny, you can either die or step aside. Well, thank God the granny realized life is still worth living. Didn't want to die over waiting in line for 15 minutes, so she stepped aside. I dropped the container off and hurried back to my cash register. And so many people have accumulated in that short time span. Like, listen, I was in the storage room for no more than 10 minutes. This is what happened in that 10 minutes. Yo! Like, I was sitting in my cash register, looking back, there were a gazillion people. I saw no end to this line. It was like infinite amount of people. I was scanning and calculating change non-stop for 6 hours. My mouth was so dehydrated from talking to customers, but I wasn't allowed to drink. There was no break to drink. Everyone has been standing in that line for half a decade and they're all pissed at moi. My head was spinning from counting all those loose changes. Like, come on guys. Paying by cash is so inconvenient. For me as the cashier especially. Boy, I'm getting riled up. Let me tell you a funny story instead. Since we're open until the late nights, there are a lot of drunk people roaming that place. We had a strong alcohol behind our cash register, so people don't steal it, so they have to request specifically for whatever is behind me. And there was this specific drunk guy, I remember him so well. Okay, listen. He was coming around closing hour one day, like that kind of customer, my favorite kind. He stood in front of my cash register, barely standing on his feet. 139. What? You can't just speak English? I said 129. 129? I said 129. Are you retarded or something? I looked back, trying to make sense of what he was saying. Like, we had over 30 different items to sell behind our registers. But there, I saw this tiny flask of alcohol and the price was exactly 129. So he mistook the price tag with the name of the item. Boy. Do you mean this one? How much is it? 129 euro. Give me the 179 over there instead. How much is it? That is 179 euros, sir. This is too expensive. I'll have 129. Okay, I was so amazed by what was happening. It's like I was talking to an adult-sized toddler, in which case he was a very advanced toddler. Thank you to my patrons for making this video possible. Special shout out to Leslie Zamora and Hikariu. If you want me to shout out your name at the end of a video, check out my Patreon. If you ever need some inappropriate love advice, you can click the video on my right. If you want to watch more stories of my adventures on being a cashier, like how I had a crush on my manager, you can click the video above. I have a goal for this year, and it is to go full-time on YouTube. You don't have to subscribe, but it would help me out. Until next time, bye-bye.